Hi everyone. So this is more recollections than experiences. So in my family, we start to develop our skills around 10, 11 years old. And I think I was in year 6. I think I must have been about 10. And this is when my mediumship side really started to open up. Not that I really understood what it was I was doing it back then. But looking back on it in hindsight, it was that. And I'll kind of get these ideas coming into my head out of nowhere, as if someone had told me. Not so much whispered, just stuff all of a sudden I just knew how to do. And I remember this one time, I think it must have been during lunch break or something like that. A bunch of us had gone to the girls' lavatory, the bathroom, and I've never done a Ouija board. I've never wanted to. I've always been told bad things. It's not something we do in my family. And I just, out of the blue, had this idea. I needed to get a pen and paper, write the alphabet, and cut up the alphabet. Now, the way that the bathroom was designed, so you had the stalls and then you had mirrors and the sinks opposite. So I wrote the alphabet, cut it all up and put it in water. And I was told that I needed to wait for the letters to rise and then pluck out the letters and put it on the mirror. That's pretty creepy, right? At the time I was a kid, I didn't, I don't even think I told my mum about that, to be fair. Yeah, and I stuck the letters on the mirror, and yeah, the name Damien came out. Of all the names, that is exactly what it's spelt. I was not raised by the Bible. I had no clue who that was in the Bible, and I just really didn't have a clue. I just thought it was quite funky, and it just spelled out my name. I didn't understand. I think I remember putting it all down and putting it in the bin. It was kind of an experiment, and I never did it again. It was a bit of a woo, kind of creepy, of all things for it to spell out, it spelled that. And none of my classmates understood like the name to the reference, and it was only later on in life that the D word that we don't say in our house became part of my family's path in a way, which I'll get to in a different video. Yeah, so that was one thing that happened when I was younger, and I went through this period of like, bearing in mind this was before all the TV shows came out about witches and stuff. But anyway, so I had this purple glittery notebook, and it was my magic spell book, and I just remember just making up these spells, and I was trying to teach my whole class on this, and they must have thought I was well weird. It's quite funny kind of looking back on it like that. And I remember being, I think it must have been about a year earlier, so year 5 I think, and my stepsister, this was around the time The Craft came out, and my stepsister attempted, kind of, when she's lying on the floor, and they do the lies I further stiff as a board thing. Anyway, so I ended up doing that with some of my classmates in class, and don't get me wrong, it does actually work to an extent. They don't float, but the person does become a lot lighter. And I did that, and like for absolute ages after that, I had everybody saying to me, oh, come on, let's try this, Phoebe knows how to do it, let's do this and that. And so that was certainly an experience in itself. Yeah, so that's just a couple of things I would get up to when I was younger without really understanding what it is I was getting up to.